Hey, Kathy, and welcome to your reading, your Celtic cross reading for the month of December 2024, last month of the year. Can you believe it, Kathy? Hold on to your hats. So, Cap, showing up in the area of self, you have the Knight of Wands. So, this is saying that your essence, what makes you you, is really married up with a beautiful Knight of Wands energy. So the Knight of Wands is the builder. In the tarot, he's the go-getter, he's the adventurer, doesn't quite know where he's going, but follows his instincts, is full of confidence and rightly so. So what a great start to your reading, Cappy. I feel like this is you really coming into your own. This is confidence and boldness and onwards and upwards that you have really earned. You've been through the ringer, having Pluto in your sign for far too long, and I feel it. I'm Cappy rising. So this is a bold new adventure. Exciting, Cap.
Cool. Capricorn, in your position of the challenge, is the Magician card. Very interesting. So, Knight of Wands representing you, that energy, innovation, and then Magician is all about creation, spontaneity, just improvising. And maybe that's what you're challenged by in this month ahead. How do you actually stay in touch with that energy that's constantly giving, that will when you can just kind of like jump into a situation and open your mouth and the best words fall out and everyone loves your intentions, that kind of energy. So let's see how the rest of this reading speaks to that. And maybe you're feeling a lot of pressure or something, like having to take a lot of action, make things work. Let's see what comes up.
Cappy, in the area of your recent past, this is interesting and kind of unsurprising, Cap, that you have the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles, to me, this card always, it has kind of the energy of like an orphaned energy of being abandoned, left out in the cold, and really keenly feeling your vulnerabilities. But I feel that Cappy, this is very much in your past. This is an energy that you're leaving behind, and you're licking your wounds. And I think from these wounds, from these vulnerabilities, has come incredible insights and great strengths and a real capacity to move forward with compassion and wisdom when you've done the healing as you have done. So all I can say is good on you for coming through it, Cappy. And given that the Knight of Wands showed up as your very first card, you're a far cry from this energy. You've moved from kind of wounding into a wounded warrior. So onwards and upwards, Cap.
Mm. In your position of the near future, well, you've got the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is all about opportunity for more energy, more passion, motivation. It's very much that like ignition to the fire. It's a spark and it's potential, but it can't be harnessed unless you take action and see it for what it is. See it as an opportunity for growth. And the wands are all about magic. So, how you can create and manifest for yourself. It's such a nice collaborative card sitting alongside the magician challenge there. So, very inspiring so far.
So exciting, Cap. Wow. In your area of goals, Cap, you have the very exciting Six of Wands. So again, wands is a bit of a wands theme here. So more magic for you, Cappy. The Six of Wands is about victory, success. In the tarot, the story is that he is victorious, coming home victorious from a battle, and you have been battling, Cap. Again, having had Pluto in your sign for far too long, this is a hard won battle, but you have come through victorious. So this is about success. That wreath on top of the wands is about accomplishment, and all the people are looking up at this fellow. So it's also about acknowledgement and recognition for an achievement that you're bringing through, Cap. So whatever you're working on, victory, success, acknowledgement, achievement, traditionally in the tarot, the little heed, the little warning is, don't kind of get too caught up on your high horse. So if you are riding high, or soon will be riding high on a victory and a success, just kind of watch the pride, as the saying goes, pride before a fall. So yeah, be a gracious winner, which I'm sure you will be, Cap. But for those of you who know that their ego can perhaps be their Achilles heel and get the better of them, just make sure that that ego is out of the driver's seat and in the back seat. But apart from that, and that's only a few of you, this is victory, success. Your achievement is going to be really beautifully received. So success is yours, Cap. Well done.
Your subconscious drives. You've got the Six of Swords. And it's such an interesting card to have in that position because the Six of Swords is about leaving something behind. It can involve grief. And maybe underneath all of this energy and motivation and running towards something, there is this sense of loss or something hard and painful. And just checking, Cap, are you moving away from difficult feelings? Are you distracting yourself through work or looking forward and seeking things out to not feel those difficult feelings? If that's the case, and by no means do you have to dredge up the past if it's not helpful, but there's a difference between doing that and honoring something painful and sad that's happened in the past, to carve a way forward for yourself in the future that's integrating that alongside the positive and the optimistic and the hopeful. So I think that's what really creates that depth in your intentions to do whatever it is that you seek to do.
Beautiful. In the area of your overarching approach, Cap, you have the Emperor. So this is saying that your approach might be a little traditional for some of you, but given the positivity of the previous cards, I feel that this is more about breaking free from tradition. So this is you approaching something in a really free, authentic way, and it's going to pay off for you, Kat. So trust your gut instincts. If there are some naysayers around you and people who want to keep you more sort of colouring inside the lines, be damned, I say. And you do you, Cappy. It's going to bode really well for you. Ride high on that wave of success. Don't look sideways. You trust your gut.
Love it. In the position of your environment, this is the Four of Swords. So yeah, something about this card in connection with the subconscious drives of the Six of Swords. Perhaps around you, people around you are like, woohoo, we're going on holiday. Yep, time to kick our heels up and not worry about anything anymore. And you're sitting there grinding your gears, like, I still got so much energy. I still want to do this and this and this. And it's just about recognizing that that may be happening around you and to not feel pulled into other people's process just because they're doing it. You can stay in your own lane, like Fran was just saying in the suggested approach. And if you need to take rest, you will. But no one's going to force you to do that. No one's going to be successfully pressuring you into doing it against your will. And you are the captain of your own journey.
Love it. Cap, in the area of hopes and fears, you have the Temperance card. This is a great card to show up in the area of hopes and fears because what it tells me is that you can bring the balance suggested by the Temperance card into your hopes and fears. So your hopes aren't going to get too out of balance and your fears aren't going to get too out of balance. There's a really nice alchemy happening here. I think too, this is a card of purifying, and whatever you're working on, you're really putting in the work to make sure that it can be the best it can possibly be. So there's this lovely purifying refinement going on, and I don't feel that you're necessarily overdoing it because we have that Knight of Wands at the very start of the reading. So he's a go-getter. So he's not about analysis paralysis or purifying to the point where you're never getting out of the block. So I feel that this is just really quality work, whatever you're working on, whether it be a project, a relationship, your inner self, your environment. It's really heralding that you're bringing through something that I think is going to surprise even you. So well done.
And the likely outcome as a result of this reading, this card in this position is such a red herring. So the whole reading has been very exciting and motivating. And this card, the Nine of Swords, in this position of likely outcome is, I think this is connected to the subconscious drives. You're moving away from the stuff that's kept you in the same pattern for so long. You're throwing back that blanket and waking up out of this nightmare. It's such a, it's like a rising up out of old life into new life, similar to the Judgment card. There's people coming out of their coffins. But this card specifically speaks to you've been struggling with this nightmare for so long, it will lift. You've got this quilt. In the card, you can see the quilt actually has all the symbols of all of the zodiac signs in the squares, and then there's the roses. And I feel like it's the energy of the entire zodiac wheel that's kind of supporting you in this. You know, the nine, there's something about the nine in this reading, but you don't have to fear anymore because all the work that you've put in throughout this reading and the suggested approach will lead you to actually being able to throw back that heavy blanket that was suffocating you for so long. So I don't see it as a negative omen at all. I feel like it's a really positive one and an exciting time for you. So well done.
Thanks for being here. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Great reading. Enjoy.